Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and intuitive reader. I have a special Halloween reading for Gemini today. And to let you know how this works, I have asked my guides in spirit to send a message through the cards that will be deeply meaningful and helpful for you this week as you navigate what's going on in your world. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. I strongly encourage you to subscribe and stay connected with this high vibration, beneficial information every week. It really can help you to move forward and stay focused on your journey. And if you're returning, so glad you're here. Thank you again for supporting your your channel, and for sharing this time and journey with me. It really does mean a lot that I get to share these readings with you. So because it's a special Halloween reading, I'm using an additional deck, and I have drawn the Three of Wands, or Perseus energy, with you. So Perseus was one of the most powerful and important warriors in the Greek mythology. He's the one who was able to cut off Medusa's head. So he's definitely someone who was willing to own his strength and own his luck. I've got some Aries symbols on here, but I'm going to go with the idea of Mercury because he's got some wings on his feet. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a big message in that for you, but I may come back to this card as we go through our normal cards. So the energy around you this week is the Ten of Swords. This is like the perfect Halloween card with all those crows. So there's an ending in sight, or an ending has maybe already happened. When this card tends to appear, it's kind of like really the end or the breaking point has already been reached, and now the pieces are just kind of falling down. And if you find yourself in that type of breaking down, all you can really do at this point is just kind of let it happen. The momentum is too strong, you can't reverse it, so just kind of go with the flow. Now correctly you respond, I love this, with the 10 of the major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. So 10 of Swords, and you're looking at it as the Wheel of Fortune. So you're choosing to be optimistic, which is absolutely right. You're saying, okay, well, that phase was done, or that thing was done. Now something new is turning. Now something new is happening. And again, that is the correct way to look at it. So instead of like, oh, it's done, it's over, and I'm so sad, you're like, okay, I'm so glad it's over, because it means that something new is going to come in. So they're also reminding me, this is a Gemini reading, and Gemini is the twins. You have the two. Duality is a very big concept for you. So it's the kind of two ways of looking at it. And some people read the Wheel of Fortune as both, that it's either good turning to bad or bad turning to good. I believe in this deck, and especially right now, I feel like it's all positive. But just feel like you may find, or just understand, you may find yourself wavering back and forth between it was good or oh, it wasn't good. Oh, it was really good. Oh, it wasn't good. So just understand there's that going on. But the overall message forward is that yes, this was good. This is positive. So now we get to the rest of your cards in Gemini. It's not that I find your energy scattered. It's just that there's something big being asked of you, and you're kind of like, maybe. So we've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Five of Pentacles, and then we have the Strength card. Now the Strength card is away from these two. Now when I was reading these cards before, when I drew them, they said pay attention to the red. Or the orange. Each card has like a tiny bit of orange. So there's a flower here, butterfly here, but like she's got red hair, there's a red ball. So orange, and orange is also behind me, orange is that creativity, or that heart, or that fieriness. There's kind of a feistiness that I feel that they're trying to get through. And perfect that for your special card, we drew the Three of Wands. Wands are fire, that spirit, that kind of fighting spirit. So you've got kind of three options going on. One is to just be peacefully thinking about things, peacefully incubating a new way forward. After the Ten of Swords, we get the Page. So the Page is kind of thinking, all right, well, we were done with that thing in the past. Now, what is it that I really want to experience? So you're incubating a belief, you're incubating an idea. You're maybe not ready to share it with other people, but you're just kind of considering it. On the other hand, if you're reacting more on the swords, the Ten of Swords area, you might be feeling a little more Five of Pentacles, like, I'm not ready to start over. That was just too much. That was too heavy. I didn't like that. And even though the seeds of your new beginning, the beautiful new beginning at the top of the card are planted, you're still kind of like, ugh. And the butterfly's trying to get you to move from that position. Can you see the butterfly? So just like this card was saying, yeah, look at it positively. The butterfly saying, hey, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. But what neither one of these cards are doing are really standing into your full strength. Here's our strength card. This is a woman who is able to conquer the lion, who's the king of the beasts, by just holding his head. Isn't it kind of like this card here? A mere mortal is able, well, he's not mere mortal, he's actually half god. Some people say Zeus is his father. But he was able to cut off the most terrifying monster's head. She was, I mean, Medusa is scary because anyone she looked at, she would turn to stone. So people had no way of killing her because every time they would come to her palace, you have to look at her to see where she is before you can cut her head off. The minute they would look at her, they're stone. So it's a very, when you read the Greek myths and you read the story of Perseus, you see that her lair is surrounded by all these statues. It's like the Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe. All these statues, these stone statues of her victims. But he, through some cleverness, but also his bravery and strength, is able to defeat her. So that's the kind of strength. I'm not saying you're going to be cutting off monsters' heads this week, but you're being asked to really stand up and look at yourself as a very strong person. And you're kind of like, well, I do. I see myself as strong, but there's an underestimating of your strength that is fairly habitual, especially in this week where you might have the pull to indulge yourself in some self-pity or just non-action with getting lost in your thoughts. This is saying you have all the strength you need to go forward. It's just that this new way forward, after we had the Ten of Swords ending, it seems like the new way forward just takes a little bit of getting started. It's kind of like a big rock or a boulder that you have to push forward, that it's not as easy and free-flowing as you'd like it to be. But you know, one thing I love about this deck, my new deck, and the Greek gods is that the bigger the trials, the stronger the hero and the stronger the victory. The heroes that don't, or the people that don't really win battles, they don't get honored by the gods and put in the sky. And actually Perseus, I believe they believe his lineage formed the kingdom of Persia. So that's modern day Iran, Iraq, that Middle East kind of area. So there's a lineage associated with this card. And so Mercury, who is your ruler and who's the god of storytelling and kind of talking, he's really running away with me right now, because what's interesting is that when I try to talk to you about strength, I'm getting distracted by stories, or I'm getting distracted by these other cards. And this tells me that your energy just doesn't want to stay in this strong position. It doesn't want to commit to this strong direction. And it's about understanding that within you there is that strength, there is that warrior, and there is that ability to see yourself through to this new direction. It's maybe more comfortable to be a little bit wishy-washy or floaty or indecisive or not proactive, but they're saying this is your challenge. This ended so that you could begin from your strength and from your empowerment. So this is definitely a week to meditate on that solar plexus. This is definitely a week to practice lion's breath and yoga. Anything you can do to really make yourself feel connected to your inner strength. Weightlifting, if that's something you do. So this is good, but understand that this new beginning isn't just going to fall on your lap. You're going to have to put in some effort on your own. So even though you're like, yes, it was good that this ended because I have a new start, you're kind of expecting it to just like hand itself to you on a plate. And this is saying, the universe is saying to you, I want to make sure that you're really committed to this new direction. I need to see a little bit from you before I can respond. So I hope that is helpful to you. If you've got questions about how that works, with manifestation and things like that, give me a shout in the comments. Also wanted to let you know that I am available for one-on-one readings, private readings through Zoom. If you have some questions or some areas you're curious about, I just want you to know that I'm available. And happy Halloween, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.